And hello, everybody. Welcome to week 5, lecture 1. Before we start, as always, I want to present a verse from Psalm 46, 1 and 2. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. And I thought that was kind of a fitting verse to go along with our lecture this week. We're going to be looking at GABA, or gamma aminobutyric acid, and glutamate. GABA is considered the chief inhibitory neurotransmitter within the body. The main use of GABA is to balance out other chemicals, hormones, and neurotransmitters which may cause overexcitability. By slowing certain brain functions, GABA is thought to be able to reduce stress, relieve anxiety, improve sleep, and just so you know, benzodiazepines act on GABA receptors to help reduce anxiety. And you'll learn more about that when you take pharmacology. Glutamate um, and GABA are major excitatory and inhibitory neurotransmitters, respectively. Imbalance in these levels has been implicated in different neurological and psychiatric disorders, as we'll talk about. Glutamate is the most abundant excitatory neurotransmitter in the human brain and has critical roles in multiple brain functions and synaptic plasticity. However, excessive glutamate release can be toxic to the brain and has been linked to neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease, ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, and Huntington's disease. Deficits can also cause poor memory, low energy, and distractibility. Glutamate's functions include learning and memory, so it's important for memory, and it interacts with other receptors to help send messages quickly between nerve cells. It's also a source of energy for the brain when glucose levels are low. And according to animal studies, glutamate levels are high when you're awake and during the rapid eye movement or REM phase of sleep. And high levels of glutamate are associated with increase in pain levels. So looking at some common neurologic and mental health conditions related to both of these. Um, Decreased GABA can contribute to anxiety and mood disorders, schizophrenia, autism spectrum disorder, depression, epilepsy, or seizures. And as I shared, glutamate is an excitatory neurotransmitter and it's associated with epilepsy. And there's also the glutamate theory of schizophrenia. It's been linked to bipolar affective disorder, psychosis from ischemic neurotoxicity, memory and learning difficulties, some of the negative symptoms of schizophrenia implicated in major depressive disorder. Having too much glutamate in the brain is associated with some conditions, including um, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or Lou Gehrig's disease, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease, can be implicated maybe in chronic fatigue syndrome as well. So you can see how, as we've gone through these class, all of these neurotransmitters are implicated in some of the same disorders. We don't always know for sure, but that's the thought, is that they're linked. I want to look at the pathways here. There's a lot going on in this picture. It's pretty fascinating though. Um, you can see here that these glutamatergic and GABAergic projections are involved in mood regulation and the reward pathway. So as you can see, the major glutamatergic projections, which are as the red color, arise from the frontal cortex, and then go out down through the brain to the ventral tegmental area, the hippocampus. And then additionally, the glutamatergic neurons originate from the hippocampus and innervate into the hypothalamus. And the GABAergic projections, which is the green, are widely distributed throughout the brain. So it's pretty amazing how these pathways work, and they're all interconnected and related.